Take therefore no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the
I've been
evil
too lit
thereof.
lately, making songs, I got different flavors. Oh my God, I feel like I'm the greatest. Are you still in that same way? That's so dated.
Suspension, they look renewed. They go to Ja on the out-of-bounds.
We all see the electrifying athleticism, jaw-dropping highlight plays, and questionable off-court actions. But what isn't talked about enough is all the little things that he does that may be insignificant to some, but ultimately made him the superstar that he is today. Let's go over some of these details and see what we can add to our bag. First, I want to start with a couple of moves and combos that he does pretty often and show you why they work out for him so well. The first one is, of course, his infamous cross jab, and he uses this move so much, it's actually insane. And most of the time, it's to put someone in a body bag. This is the move I've talked about in a lot of my videos, and it's one you need to know when and how to use. And this is how you do it. You want to first cross the ball to your other hand, and then simultaneously jab with that outside foot. And once you do that, explode out into your finish. You want to use this whenever you're coming downhill with speed, and you want to shift your defender quickly. The best way to sell this move is to poke out the same side shoulder that you jab your foot with. I would do 4 of these from each wing, driving middle. Next, we got the tween combo whenever you're faced up with your defender in the mid-range and breaking them down. We got 3 of these driving middle from each wing, getting into that outside hand floater. And really focus on shifting your weight outside on the first tween and then back inside on the second one. When rejecting screens, this cross shifting your weight is a move that will almost always get your defender to jump over and into the screener. And it's a move I really like because of how simple yet effective it is. On the first crossover, you want to shift your weight inside and then quickly cross over and go outside and into your leg. We got these near the top of the key, and I would say 5 makes from each of the 2 spots. This next move is one of the cleanest I've ever seen, and I'm not even joking. But the low scoop into the extension and then the hang into the inside float, bruh, this move was literally perfection. But yeah, this is a move I really like, and I think it can really be practical for you. So make sure you get in the lab and work on it. We got 4 of these from each wing, driving middle. Now let's get into some specific layups and floaters that you want to have in your repertoire. Big word, but basically add these mugs to your bag right now. And the first is athletic floaters off both 1 and 2 feet. And what I mean by athletic is basically jumping and getting the ball up as high in the air as you can, and then getting into the float. These are great to use on taller defenders, and it's something Ja Morant does really well. We're going to work on these coming from the corners and taking off near the rim. Make sure to work on these out of all plans. Left foot, left, right, and right, left. Now let's get into Ja's spin move. And for him, it's all about getting downhill. Like, that's just the type of player he is. And if you want to replicate his game, this should be your mindset going into and coming out of the spin move. We're going to work on these from both wings, spinning both ways. Whenever you work out, you can never forget about free throws. And I like to make 5 to 10 in a row. And I feel like doing this can really help your percentages and help you get that in-game feel because of the challenge. The next thing I want to talk about is going full speed through traffic and then composing yourself in the air and finishing. And you'll find yourself having to do this a lot whenever there's a fast break or you're just in transition. We're going to work on these from the top of the key, going both ways, making 3 each way. The next lay that Ja does that can really help you out is the up and under, jumping from as far out as you can. It's a great move to use on bigs and can really help you jump out of the way of help defenders. Let's get 5 makes on each side. Now, whenever we talk about Ja Morant, you know we always gotta touch on his flyby. I mean, it's just a move he does so perfectly. And if you really want to master every aspect of how he does it, make sure to tap into his highlights. We're gonna work on these going middle on each side and just work on veering middle on each lay. Now onto his mid-range bag. And there's really 3 moves I want to focus on. Number 1 being the pound escape dribble into space using the inside outside footwork. It's really good for getting space on any defender you're up against. And you can even fake it and get into a clean hezzy. We'll do 6 of these in each corner. At number 2, we got the pound sidestep / step back. And everyone and their moms has this in their bag, so why not you? Just pound and then explode off of that inside foot and then into your jumper. We'll work on these from each wing and make 5 going both ways. And last but for sure not least, we got the tween misdirection midi. And just like the pound sidestep, I want you to push off of your inside foot and then explode out. Let's do 4 makes each way from the top of the key. Now on to threes. As we all know, this isn't really his game, but just like every other guard, he can make enough of them and has somewhat of a bag in this department. It's definitely not a big duffel, you know, but it's enough. He really just gets into a lot of catch and shoots and then pull-ups in transition. Now onto his tendencies and some of the things I picked up on him. He does a lot of aggressive pickups, getting into his floater off of 2 feet. And he also loves to hang in the air for layups and floaters. And with his athleticism, this really works well. He also likes to jump backwards while doing this, and this makes space for him to get his shot off. Another thing I noticed is that he hangs the ball in his pocket a bunch, and that really makes the defense oblivious to where he's going to go next. His quick burst and quick change of direction are another thing that make him so good at getting in traffic around the rim. And this allows him to blow by defenders and get into the shot that he wants. Ja is overall just a really explosive player, and he loves to get to the rim. And if this is your playstyle, or you want to add this playstyle in addition to what you already have, make sure to add these moves in your training. And if you want to learn how to score on taller defenders, make sure to check out this video right here. If this video helped you guys out, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
He that covereth his sins shall not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy.